No fancy editing, just straight value. And today we're going to talk about Grunts, the $1 billion exit. And I'm basically going to show you everything that they have done. And most people only talk about marketing, but I'm actually going to talk about the entire thing, which is also the product. And this is where I want to start. And before that, don't worry, I'm also going to talk about marketing in depth. So yeah, keep an eye on that. But the very first thing I want to talk about here is the mechanism of the product. I was going to say problem, but the product, which you could also say problem, because when it comes to taking supplements, most of the time nowadays it's with a powder, some sort of a powder like AG1, right? And Grunts, they decided to change that by transforming their product into a gummy bear. And this changes the mechanism and it creates something new to the market, okay? Because I believe they were one of the early brands to do this, to do the gummy thing, because now you have a lot of other brands starting to do this. And I would say this is one of the most important things that a lot of people don't talk about, the mechanism of the product itself. And I think that if you have a brand and a product, the product needs to be unique. It needs to have a unique mechanism, and you need to, how do I say this? You need to frame it as the unique solution to your unique problem. Okay? Very, very important. And today, like I said, we are going to talk about Grunts, and we're going to start by talking about the marketing. I've already kind of explained the product a little bit. I'm going to talk about it once again later on in the video, but I want to start by talking about how you get customers to your store. And they did this so super well because they mastered ads. In my personal opinion, you need to have ads locked in, both ads and the backend system email marketing. They both need to be locked in. And usually what happens to stores is they only have one of these locked in. It's either ads or email, okay? And in this case, they have both locked in, okay? And I'm going to show you what they're doing and what they did, okay? So, first of all, as we all know, we can scale through ads and organic. They have organic as well, but the main channel of them, their main channel is ads. And I also personally think that ads can be a lot more profitable than organic if you crack it, okay? Very important, which is not easy. And the same goes for organic. You only make money with organic if you actually crack it, which is also not easy at all, okay? So with ads, usually, so I'm gonna go over their entire ad library. But the first thing I want to talk about here before we continue is most people, they just create ads and they just send people to the product page or the home page, which is not what you should be doing. You should be creating all sorts of ads, okay? Advertorials, natives, video ads, UGC, statics. You shouldn't be creating every single type of ad, and this is exactly what Grunts is doing. Some ads go to specific funnels. In fact, most of them go to very unique funnels, and other ads, they go to the product page. They go to the main page, okay? So let's go over their ad library here, and let's begin. I'm only going to show you 3 ads that I saw that lead to different funnels here. So let's go to this static ad. Let's go to shop now, and this is a totally different funnel than this. This is the home page, and this is the pages first order Olipop. Okay, this is a different page, and even the pop-up itself here, it's different. I've noticed that. You can see this is the main page. This is a different pop-up, okay? So they're doing a lot of A/B testing here, all right? So I assume here for cold traffic, the yes, duh, is working better than this one. Again, but the pop-up is always for cold traffic, so that's an interesting point. But the thing I want to mention here is that even the pop-up itself, I am 100% sure that they tested the pop-up, okay? And even the pop-up is different, okay? So that one goes to this one. This ad right here goes to this page. Let's go this one. This is a video ad, shop now. This goes to a completely different page. Pages first order. Notice that even, let me take this out. Shop kids. Shop adults. I want to see how the page looks. Okay, so even this particular funnel, oh my god. Even this particular funnel, it's different to the Oh my god, the product page. They're so aggressive with the pop-up. You see what I mean? Like, this is a good example. A lot of people, okay, so I have been auditing a few accounts recently, and one of the things I ask people is, why don't you have a pop-up? And they say, it's annoying. The pop-up is annoying. People don't like pop-ups. That's true, but it works, you know? It's something that it works. It does work. And you can see that Grunts is one of the most aggressives when it comes to that. And I appreciate it because pop-ups are like, we need to get emails, okay? The more emails you get, the more money you make. Simple as that, okay? All right, I don't want to change topic here, but with this, I just want to show you that almost every single ad goes directly to a different page, not the actual main page, okay? Okay, I saw an advertorial here. I don't think this is an advertorial, but I saw one here. Okay, this one. I think it was this one. Let me check. No, it wasn't this one. Okay, wait a second. I saw an advertorial. This one. Okay, so there we go. So I believe this is... Okay, so this is... They're essentially framing their... There we go. So one of the things that I noticed Grunts doing is they are essentially framing their own product as a solution for totally different markets. And this is so good. This is like a no-brainer essentially. So, okay, so I want to talk about this specifically. Can I? Okay. It's fine. Okay. So essentially, their main product, I assume, is something related to the gut or something related to digestion. Okay. This is just an example, and we obviously know that. But they are creating ads targeting teeth as well. Targeting the teeth market, let's put it that way, the oral care market. And they're creating here an advertorial. So this is basically a pre-sale page to get people into this market to buy their product. Okay? So just to show you like the things you can do with marketing related to your brand. And, you know, I personally, you know, I assume this is working for them. Usually when it comes to advertorial, it should look different to this. But still, this is something that it's working for them and they're targeting different markets. I can guarantee you that they're probably targeting every single market you can imagine. Like, I don't know, athletes, oral care. I mean, there's so many things, right? They're probably weight loss. They're targeting every single market you can imagine, and honestly, this is one of the reasons why they're very profitable. Very profitable. I guess that makes sense. And one of the reasons why they managed to scale super hard, because they're framing their main product, like they're targeting their main product or using it to capture a lot of different audiences. Because generally, you know, when you're selling a supplement brand, you're going to target, you know, the most obvious things, right? Weight loss, gut health, but you can target a lot of different areas of different markets, if that makes sense. I hope you get this, but it's a bit of a complex thing, but I think you understand exactly what I mean, all right? Okay, so these are the ads, and like I mentioned here, you should be sending most of your ads to specific funnels, because these specific funnels are built to convert cold traffic, and usually your main page does not do that. Actually, your main page should be for loyal customers, and what people do is they just create ads that send them straight to the main page. Doesn't really make much sense, okay? So this is one of the reasons why they have the ads part or the cold traffic area totally like nailed in or locked in, okay? So now let's get into their backend system, aka email marketing and SMS marketing. And I would personally think that, you know, I would say the ads channel is more difficult to master and to crack than it is the retention part, email marketing / SMS marketing. But still, this is like email marketing. We're going to call it email marketing because it's the main channel. Email marketing, it's something that a lot of people just miss on. Like, I see so many brands just focusing primarily on ads, which, do not get me wrong. If you had to pick one, it would be ads. It's the most important one. But if you want to be actually profitable, you need to have email in place. And this is where you make the profit, okay? Not here, it's here. And I want to start by talking about their pop-up, which you can see that this is a different pop-up they were using, but very, very similar to the one they're currently running. Let me go through the main page. If I click here, it goes. Okay. Let me just go to the main page here real quick. There we go. The pop-up that's gonna appear, is it? I don't think so, because it did, okay. So you can see that this pop-up is essentially the exact same as this, but you know, they're doing a thing with Olipop, and it looks just a little bit different. The color, all that. But I think even this is the exact same. Let me check. Good health, comprehensive nutrition, exactly the same. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about here is that for you to successfully, or to increase the success rate of converting cold traffic, you need to have a banger offer. And this is something that I am personally not a big fan of. Usually when it comes to my clients, I like to always play for profit. I always frame my offer in a way that it's valuable. So it's not actually super valuable, like 52% off, but I frame it in a way that looks valuable. And this still works. This is something that still works, and it's a lot more profitable than doing this. But obviously, like, this is a totally different game these people are playing, okay? So, yeah, it's a different thing. But recently, I have to actually, for a client of mine, had to actually bump the offer itself to get more people into the email list and to get better conversion rates. And this just tells me that, you know, generally speaking, cold traffic is starting to want to have better offers. And the usual 10% and 15% doesn't work anymore, okay? You can still do it, but frame it in a different way, because perceived value is the most important thing, okay? But still, what I want to talk about here is that you need to have a banger offer, okay? Straight up, all right? A banger offer, and you need to make it seem like the only option. For example, some subscriptions brands, what do you do? And let me see if they do this. Let's go to Shop Atlas here. So what some subscriptions brand do is they make the subscribe and save the best offer possible. Even like, for example, even like the one-time purchase is a lot more expensive, the subscribe option, okay? This is a different game as well, subscription, but this is marketing. This is all it is, it's marketing, okay? All right, so we're going to talk about the pop-up, and the pop-up is honestly the most important thing on your website, believe it or not, because the more emails you get, the more money you make, and the more money you make, the more profitable you are, essentially, okay? And the more emails you have, the more profitable you are, because you get sales through email, not ads, right? So you retain your customers. And I want to now show you also a different thing, and this is the welcome flow they're currently running, or at least for the actual product, not the Olipop product, because I assume now with this Olipop collab, they changed their welcome flow, which they should, okay? But I assume the emails are exactly the same. They just changed the way the emails look, okay? And one of the things I want to talk about here on the welcome flow is that a lot of people talk about how your welcome flow should be, but realistically speaking, like, this is the thing. Email marketing is the exact same thing as ads, but for warm traffic. And every single avatar, or every single, how am I going to say this? Every single customer, like the specific customer of your brand, every single brand customer is different. So you need to know, and you need to test the shit out of this, just like ads, to see what works the best. And a lot of people tell you, oh, your welcome flow needs to be like this, your abandoned cart needs to be like this, your whatever. It's not like that. That's like saying, oh, your ads need to be like this, your ads need to be like that. It's not that like that. It's the exact same thing. So you people need to, like, you guys need to understand this. Like, email marketing, like, you need to make a shit ton of testing, okay? And the best email marketers and the best marketers in general are the ones that understand this. Every single audience. Audience is the word I was looking for. Every single audience is completely different and works totally different. Okay. All right. So that's what I want to talk about here. And sometimes, like, I also suggest you to completely change the welcome flow itself. Like, try an offer with 48 hours. This only works for 48 hours. A welcome flow with 2 emails. Try that. You know, you've never seen people talk about that. Maybe that works better for your brand. It's an example, okay? Everyone says, oh, you need to have 6, 5 emails, 8, whatever the fuck, right? No, it's not like that at all. You need to test and you need to see what works. Very, very important, okay? And here, in the case of grants, they got a very popular quiz pop-up, full-page quiz pop-up, with a very standard, I would say, welcome flow as well, okay? But again, every single brand is different, and I highly suggest it to test the shit out of this. And the same thing, like the way they're doing SMS, they're sending SMSs pretty much every single day, which is something that I don't recommend, but it seems to be working for them, right? It seems. I don't actually know if it is, but I don't think it does, but maybe it does, you know what I mean? I don't know. But it's something that I would never do, right? But it's just an example. So yeah, let's go into our main graphic here. So this is really all you need. It's 2 different games, cold traffic and warm traffic. That's all it is. Like, a lot of people, they think, like, the reason why business is difficult, it's because it's simple. You know what I mean? The structure of it, it's simple. It's not complex. It's a simple thing. And that's why it's difficult to actually perform and to actually do the thing. I forget about the word. There's a specific word for it, but you get the point. So, very simple. Ads, organic traffic. This is cold traffic. This is the cold traffic game. This is the warm traffic game. Okay? And they are very aggressive on both. And they target a lot of different markets with their product, because you can target a lot of different markets with the product they have. It's true. It's something that it's not very niche, right? And I would personally say that the cold traffic game is what's doing the heavy lifting for them. But again, this helps this. You know what I mean? And the more help this has, the more money you make. So you need to have both in place, okay? And this is something that it's probably the 10th time I've said this, but for your brand to work nowadays, you need to have this locked in and this locked in, okay? Thank you very much for watching this entire thing. I hope you learned something. Hope you found this valuable. And yeah, if you're looking for someone to help you with email marketing specifically, you are in the right place. Because essentially, what we do is we create you a system that is specifically designed for you, okay? We do not follow quote-unquote templates. We actually do what works for your brand, which requires a lot of testing. So yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate it, and wish you an amazing rest of the day.